Hello guys and welcome back. We're here for race 7, Division 1, OFR, Formula 1. You've got Dr. Robot and Havoc here. How you doing today, Havoc?
Doing pretty good, Robot. Another race in the books, another day. A lot of exciting stuff happening. We're past the halfway season, yeah?
Yeah, we're 2 races over now. Or this is the second race past it. We've only got 3 left after this one. We're at Australia today. Everyone should know this track like the back of their hand. It's the go-to track as soon as you turn on the game. Everyone has super quick quali times around here as well, so it should be a good one.
Yeah, the king of left-rights, or right-lefts, however you want to put it, Robot. The king of turn after turn.
Yeah.
Fast chicanes. It's the king of the fast chicanes. Every turn around Albert Park, it's basically the opposite of whatever you just did, so I'm pretty excited. I like the track. I know a lot of guys don't like the track. What are your feelings?
I like it. I quite like it. It's one of these tracks that it's easy to just get around, but when you start thinking about reducing tenths, hitting apexes perfectly, it starts to get difficult. But overall, it's really fun. You're always fighting with the wheel, trying to keep the car straight. There's no boring part of this track, whether it's the chicane at 11 or 12, whether it's the fast turn 1 and 2, hard braking and easy corner cutting place at turn 6. Everywhere there's going to be action. One of the important things though is that it's really hard to overtake, but it's not so hard to follow. So we might see a lot of battles going on around here, which should be, yeah, absolutely amazing to watch.
I think so. A few DRS sections. I believe we've got 3 today, Robot. We've got 3 DRS zones. It's going to be right after turn 16, last turn. Right after turn 2, we've got another small DRS straight, and then coming out of 12, the dreaded 11 and 12 turn, we've got the last DRS straight before you get into the last turns in 13 through 16. So a lot of opportunities. It is very hard to overtake, but I think we're going to see some mess ups. We're going to see some dangerous overtakes, maybe some dive bombs. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yep. Now, one thing that we do have that's new today is this new telemetry app that we're going to be looking at to observe the drivers as they are riding around. So right now, on the right-hand side of the screen, you should be able to see Stinson's telemetry. He's currently in second place in that racing point, and he's coming up for his hot lap now. So let's just ride on board of them and watch how these tyre temps, how the wear increases and everything else. So you can see he's already got 1% wear on each of his tyres. When it changes colour, green means optimal, yellow means they're slightly overheated, and red means danger zone. So you can see he's doing a pretty good job keeping both his tyre temps, surface and inner temps, his brake temps and everything else under control. When he started the lap, he had 1% wear on each of his tyres as well, and that's important because wear is going to be quite a big issue around here. So in terms of strategy, he's just got through the first sector and he's already on 2% wear on his tyres. Are we going to see a soft medium? Could we see a soft medium medium or a soft hard?
A soft medium medium. I've heard rumors of 1 or 2 guys trying to go for the soft medium one stop. Not very likely. You're going to lose a lot of pace doing it, so I don't think we're going to see the majority of the guys doing it. So it just depends. I mean, if they can save their tires, maybe, but you're definitely going to lose pace. It's a trade-off. Yeah, you're going to gain the position, but you're going to lose in wear and you're going to lose in time or pace of the lap. You're definitely going to lose out on that.
Exactly. So Stinson's just coming up to the final 2 corners. He's going around turn 16 now, one of these ones where you don't have to lift completely, you just need to lift slightly. And let's see what his current time is. So Leeka's put in a 1:21.4. Stinson's gone fastest with a 1:20 flat. His first banker lap in the 1:20s. And Izak beats him already. 3300ths down the road. Where did those lap times come from? Wow. No way.
We were just in a practice round. Stinson actually broke the 120s earlier today in free practice, so he did do a 119. The fast times on the time trial, super faster than 2019. You would not dream to see these times in 2019. For some reason, the cars are just stuck to the track.
They are. They really are. Whether it's the change in wheelbase or whether it's the extra downforce that these cars have, I don't know. But we're seeing them go like 5 or 6 miles an hour faster through, for example, the fast chicane at 11 and 12. We did not see them reach speeds coming out of there as soon as they get to the DRS zone. They're looking at like 160, 170 miles an hour. Never used to see that in 2019. These cars are fast.
No, and I mean, this turn that Stinson's coming up to now, the 11 and 12 turn, it used to be a solid 2 gear shift down turn. Now you can get through there with 1 downshift, a slight touch of the brakes as they go through 11, get right on the throttle, full throttle as you're going through 12, and open up for the DRS straight right after that. But It's amazing. It's so amazing how much faster these cars are on 2020 as opposed to 2019.
Yeah.
And with Isa doing a 120, that's just amazing.
Yeah, and I know I've said this already, but I just want to emphasize this again. That was their banker lap. That was their very first hot lap, and they've already gone 120. Now, we haven't got a weather report yet, but of course, it looks like it's super sunny, not a cloud in the sky. So hopefully it's going to be dry for the rest of this quali, but I need to know what's going on in the race. So if you do have any info about that, anyone in the stream, if you're watching, let us know. Now, as we always do, let's talk about chances of a safety car around here. If there's going to be
lap
one.
one, turn one, robot. As Albert Park promises, it's always lap one, turn one. It always happens. It's always going to happen. The other parts of the track, it's definitely 11 and 12. We always see safety car there is when the car comes off. It usually hits the wall and then comes right back onto the track. So definitely going to see a safety car in that area of the track. The only other area I can think of is maybe 15, 16 if one of the cars just gets a little loose coming around there, going into the pit entry or coming onto the front straight. It's a blind turn. So if you spin coming out of 16, it's a blind turn. They have to bring the safety car out and slow the cars down to get the car off the track.
Absolutely. Guys, I'm just going to quickly correct Havoc's mic volume. Just give us 30 seconds, please. Guys, so just let us know in the stream if Havoc's audio is any better now. We're back though, and Isaac is still currently leading. So we just got a notification from Leaker actually. He's currently sat in the garage, and he's just told us that he's going to be going out at 8 minutes 30 and when there's 3 minutes left. So Leaker's another guy that's sharing his telemetry right now, so we'll definitely have a look at Leaker's tyre temps and when he starts to make his way around in that Mercedes W11 car. So who do you think is going to win this race today? Who are the key guys that are going to be leading? So we know Atomic, I think, is still leading the driver standings. Is he going to be ahead once this race finishes?
It looks like it. If he can stay up there, I mean, he's only leading Ezat by 10 points going into this race. Scotty coming behind in P3 with a 72. He's only 3 points behind. The battle is still as close as ever, Robot. We talked about it last week. We've never seen a battle for championship points as close as we've seen it this season. It's an unbelievable battle that they've got going on. It's anybody's chance to win. I mean, you can't really pick one guy to win the championship at the end. But as far as today, I think Ezat has definitely got an amazing chance at winning today. He's been just hammered with penalties. We've seen him in the last 2 races where penalties have bumped him down a few places, not just one. Atomic has shown an amazing record of no penalties and being able to get through a race very, very cleanly. Stinson with some bad luck here. Just for the viewers, there is a little bit of a little cleaning up phase that OFR is going through. So maybe why you're seeing less drivers, but you're going to see a little bit of a cleaner race. You're going to see more battles, more intense battles. But Stinson, definitely, if Stinson can get that curse off his back, Stinson's another one that I've got up there.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with everything you said there. Definitely Ezat, Stinson, and Atomic if you can get there now. Let's not forget Scotty won the previous race, I believe. So he's another one of the contenders. I think he won it at Hanoi. His first win in D1 this season, actually. So that's nice to see. And I just want to give a shout out to VR, who we're spectating right now with telemetry, who's just moved up from D2 to D1. He's replaced or swapped with his teammate Super Bounty, who's joined us in the stream. Thanks for joining. And he's going to be racing in an hour's and a half's time in D2. But VR has invalidated his lap, unfortunately, because he went a little bit deep in the final corner, and that disrupted his tyres and everything. They got a little bit overheated, and he's now coming around to hopefully start a lap again. Leaker should be coming out anytime soon as well, so we'll switch to him as soon as we can see that he's on his out lap. But another thing I want to point out as well is that I've got word from Stinson earlier on in a practice session that the mediums and the softs, there's not that much speed difference between them, and there's hardly any tyre wear difference between them as well. So I think people are going to be opting for the softs over the mediums if there are some early safety cars and things like that could disrupt it. And that means that it kind of takes the medium strategy completely out of this race. If there is a safety car in laps 5 to 10, what are they going to do?
It's really an open book. I mean, somebody could definitely throw the hards on. Like, I mean, say if we had a safety car a little bit later after, 5 to 10, definitely going to the hards is going to get you to the end. Before the 10 lap line, I think we're just going to see him change the set. I mean, it's one of those tracks where the compound doesn't matter, the pace doesn't matter. They're so close. So it's really just beating the 2 compound rule that Formula One has got out right now, where you have to race 2 compounds during the race to finish. I mean, it's a rule. You have to have 2 compounds or change 2 compounds to finish the race. So it's really just being able to beat that 2 compound rule if you're not worried about the pace. I mean, the really experienced guys and the veteran guys that can tell the difference between the 2 compounds, they're going to play games and they're going to see which one feels better. You definitely want to have the better compound on at the end of the race. You don't want to start off with the better and end with the worst feeling compound. As Leak is coming around, I'm going to let you go ahead and take us around with the telemetry app, Robot.
Yeah, so one thing I want to point out there is that Leaker did actually a lot of tyre warm-up during that outlap there. He was swerving left and right, and he managed to get his tyres, just as he crossed the line, at around 87 to 90 degrees. And that was the internal temperature as well. He managed to get those to the optimal tyre temp, which is really hard to do, especially around Australia where you're running really low tyre pressures. And if you do that, you work your tyres too much and they get wear. He's only got 2% as he's coming up to the end of the Sector 1 already. So when he finishes the lap, he's probably going to be around 5%, and it's crucial to also try and keep these down. So tyre temps, tyre inflation, and tyre wear, crucial, absolutely crucial around here, because they wear so quickly. You can see just as he's coming up to turn 9 right now, he's already got 3% on the lefts, 2% on the rights. He's keeping the temps at around 87 to 92 degrees. He's doing a really decent job right now. Another view that we can actually look at is his vehicle damage too. You can see he's not got any wear on his engine or his gearbox right now, no front wing damage or anything like that. He's doing a really good job to keep his car in the optimum position to set a fastest lap. Just having a look at his times right now, we can see his sector times. He's currently set at 26.5, which is 0.3 faster than his best overall. It's actually his fastest, and he's set at 21.923 in the middle, which is again a 10th up on his best so far. He's coming across the line now. Let's see what he can do. He's looking at just 120. Let's see if he can keep it in. It's a 120.9. Really decent job from Leaker there.
Look at the gaps, Robot. Just to go back to Leaker's lap there, to have the ability to keep the tires cool the way he does, it's a veteran status. Yeah, the younger guys that are just getting into the game do not have that ability to know to keep their tires cool, but to keep them on the hotter side when they cross the line and get ready to start their lap. Yeah. He's one of those guys. He knows to keep the gears down, don't gear up and rev your car out on the warm-up lap, and he saves it for the hot lap. So I was just watching the telemetry app, which is an amazing addition to the stream. It's just amazing how when you get into these turns, you see the temperatures rise as much as they do. Yeah. It's almost a 20-30 degree difference when they go into these turns, especially around 10 when they go around that long right. But to build the tire heat up that much and then wear the tire, and then it cools down, that's a drastic change in temperature. Yeah, so that drastic change is what they have to watch out for as they go through these turns. Yeah, you're completely right there. And another thing just to add to that is that some of these drivers, especially the ones that are in the top 5 or top 6, 7 right now, like Izat, Stinson, Santi's one of them, Leaker's another, they also pay really close attention to the track temperature too. So I'll quickly just jump to Tommy's telemetry. He's not currently sharing his telemetry, so we can't see any of his tyre wear, but we can see, for example, his temperatures at least. But one thing on the bottom right, as you can see, is the track and air temperature. Now, a hot track around Australia is usually around 31 degrees, and when that happens, you can immediately see you get an extra about 5 to 10 degrees on the tyres when you're turning into the corners. Right now, it's at a nice cool 27, which means that they can push their tyres a little bit harder than they could if it was a hotter track. And that's another thing that these drivers have to take into account when they're considering, like I said, their tyre wear, their inflation, everything. There's so much going through a driver's head. It's not just grabbing the wheel and going around the track. They have to take in everything. Absolutely, and that's what separates these guys from separate divisions that we've got going on in OFR like D2, D3, D4, is the ability to have that awareness around them other than just driving the car. It's so many different factors that they have to look out for while they go around the track. They're looking at the engine temps, they're looking at the track temp, like you said, they're watching everything and they are making so many changes. It's not so far as from the esports guys where they are constantly hitting buttons anytime they get a chance. When they get a chance, they're hitting buttons and they're trying to get as much information out of the car and out of the track that they can. It's not something where you can just sit back and watch and drive the car.
Absolutely. And just picking on what you said about the tire temps as well, one thing that we can look at when the race starts is when there's a safety car and they need to keep their tires up to temperature. So let's say, for example, there was a safety car, they pitted for fresh softs. What kind of temperature, internal and external, do you need to get the tire temps to?
Somewhere around 90. The optimal is around 90. We don't. It's kind of hard when you're worrying about following the car ahead and watching the guy behind you, and then you also have to watch your tire temps while you're going around on the safety car. But the one other factor that you have to worry about is how long is the safety car going to stay out. They have to look at the track map. Without an engineer, they have to look at the track map and see how long it's going to take for the field to build up and catch up to the safety car. So they also have to watch out for that, because you don't want to wear your tires out too quickly on the first lap of the safety car. If the safety car is going to be out there for 3 laps, you want to save the tires and warm them up at the least amount of time before the safety car comes in. So, 90 degrees, 95, somewhere around there, but you don't want them too cold, because once you've got them too cold, there's 2 opposite ends of the spectrum. Too cold, when the safety car comes in and everybody restarts, you're going to spin. The tires don't have enough heat, there's not enough stick to them, and they're not going to hold on to the track. Too hot, and the guys are just going to wheel spin, and they're not going to have an traction at all anyways. It's kind of the same thing, just opposite ends of the spectrum. It's that sweet spot in between. We want to be between 90 and 92, somewhere around there, for the guys that have optimal restart temps to be able to get away from the car behind.
Absolutely. And also, as soon as you've switched to a different tire compound, go for something a little bit harder like the mediums. Everything you learnt about the softs is just out the window. You have to swerve so much more. You have to brake so much harder to get just an extra degree of temperature into the tires. It's so hard. And if you do find yourself on the harder compound after a safety car comes in, expect to get your tire temps to a max 80 degrees, and they take a few laps to turn on. Hopefully that's something else we can see. Izat just coming up to the final 2 corners now. He's at turn 15 and he's starting his final lap now. If you can keep an eye on Stinson, I'll stick with Izat right now and see how he gets on. Again, Izat doesn't have his telemetry shared, but we will be able to watch the telemetry of Stinson just to see a side-by-side comparison. So here we go. This is Stinson's telemetry you see on the right, and we're riding on board with Izat right now. So Izat's already made it through turns 2. He's got his DRS wide open. Stinson looking like he's heating up his left tires a little bit as Izat locks up the front right and goes into turn 3. Nice and steady. He's got a little bit of throttle of steering twitch. Sorry, he doesn't look like he's that comfortable going through there, but he's flat out as he flies through the fast right-hander at turn 5. Finishes sector 1 and he sets a 26.275. That's a pretty decent time.
It is a tie. And then we've got Stinson. Stinson did 26.2.
Ooh.
So they are very, very close. It's going to come down to the line here. We'll have to see what they do when they come across the line.
Yep. Stinson's already got his rear left to 3% wear as well. If he's going to start on these tyres, that's 1 lap lost already. So he's going to be 1 down compared to some of these other guys that have managed to look after a bit more. And Izat's gone wide. Izat's gone wide and he's lost it out of turn 12, sorry. He's invalidated his time. Going to jump to Stinson now to see how he's getting on. He's just going through now. Izat's on his right side. He's going to be turning into turn 13 now. He's locked up the front right slightly. You can see, he spun! Oh, no, red tyres. He's off. He's off. Let's quickly have a look at his vehicle just to see how much damage he has. 100% front right. 100% front right wing damage as well. He's off. He's off. He pushed a little bit too much there.
Pushing the car. He saw Izat, Robot. He saw Izat give up. He knew he was waiting, and there's another one.
Oh, someone's just hit him. Who hit him? I can't quite see who it was. It's a Red Bull.
That's going to be Santu. That's Pingu in the AlphaTauri.
Oh, no. He's off. He's off. That's not good.
Oh, no. The car stayed forever. I don't know if he saw the yellow coming around. And there should be a yellow. Here comes Lika, and Lika's going to run into him.
Oh, no. What is going on here?
I don't think they're getting the yellow, Robot.
So I'm looking. Let me just ride on board with Lika quickly, and let's just see if he is getting the yellow flag. He's in position 7. He's not got a yellow flag. It's green for him. They're not getting the yellow.
There's a glitch. They're getting a glitch, and they don't have the yellow.
Oh, there you go. So if you look on the right-hand side, guys, the green outline indicates the flag color, and you can see right now green flag for everyone. We can quickly switch to the session also and just have a look. You can see it's completely green all down the left side. No one got a yellow flag. Wow, that's interesting. And that's the qualifying over right at the last minute.
Wow.
Did not expect it to end like that.
Another glitch found through the stream there, Robot. Just unbelievable bad luck for some of those guys. Stinson pushing it a little too hard. He saw Ezat, and he thought, hey, Ezat's out. This is my chance. Let's give it a go. And just got a little bit too wide on the curb right there at the end and came around. Pinu, green flag, that's a blind turn. You have no idea what's going on around that turn, and you can't correct. There's nothing you can do. Unless the guys just did not see the car at all, there's just nothing you can do. You come around that turn, and that's your line. That's your racing line. The guys are pushing so hard. I mean, there's no room for being able to swerve the car left or right. Yeah,
exactly.
The line that these guys take is the maximum output that the car is giving at that point in time. So there's no room for a left to right maneuver or being able to get out of the way.
That's right. So it's Ezat on pole, left-hand side of the track, on the racing line, optimal position, and it's Stinson starting alongside him in P2. So we've only got 13 drivers with us here today. We've got a lot of guys missing the race, unfortunately, today, but I still think it's going to be an absolute fantastic race to watch. Everyone needs to be careful into turn one. We've even resorted to drawing diagrams and posting them to our Discord server to show exactly how to take turn one. Now, one thing you need to keep an eye on, if you're on the inside into turn one and you don't brake before the guy on the outside, you're going to push him wide, and that's going to be an immediate penalty from the stewards. They're not going to be happy with that. If the driver has positioned, the driver in front has got the center line and he's trying to turn into the corner, there's nothing you can do about that. You just have to drop back and let the guy ahead go. We don't want to see any brave heroes into turn one that could ruin the race for anyone else. We want these guys to keep it clean, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to go wheel to wheel. We expect the best type of driving, and the best type of driving is, of course, when you are millimeters away from each other. So let's hope they can keep it clean. Now, I want to give a shout out to Maximus, who's joined us as well. He's not been able to race today because he's just started an internship, so congratulations there, Maximus. But he predicts Stinson, Leaker, Atomic for 1, 2, and 3. He's not even considered the pole sitter Ezat in his top 3. That's interesting. And Maximus is also calling you a guru.
Like they've all... well, it comes with experience, Maximus. Just a lot of experience and a lot of racing. So, as we're going through this, it looks like everybody qualified on the mediums. I do not see anyone who was on the... I mean, well, it's the softs. I'm sorry.
The softs, yeah.
Maximus has got me jumping now. So, it looks like everybody was on the softs, and nobody, not one, tried the mediums. We'll have to see if anybody changes their minds on the change up where they get to choose their tire if they qualified past P10. So we'll have to see what they do and what they choose.
Yep. Also, guys, we don't have a formation lap, so as soon as someone readies up, we're going to go straight into the race, so I'll make sure not to make that mistake again. Castle's got support for Santi. He's saying Santi P1. We've also got this Bounty saying his new Division 1 teammate, VR, is going to be in the top 5. That'll be absolutely amazing. He actually finished P3 last week in Hanoi, whilst he was a D2 reserve driver in D1, so with a bit of luck and his clever and clean racing, he'll be able to get a top 5 again. But we're about to start now. I'm going to give Stinson, who's the division manager for D1, the ready notification. Guys, this is going to be a great race to watch. Let's hope it's clean and hard into turn 1. Here we go. So, waiting for the first guy to ready up. There we go. Session starting in just 30 seconds time. So, pit strategy. When are we going to see these softs fall off?
It's going to be around 10. I mean, we're looking at a 10-lap predicted strategy. We could see some mind games, some playing of games somewhere around there. The guys that want to do a one-stop, they've got to go to at least 13 or 14. So if you don't see these guys coming in at 10, 11, maybe even 9, don't be surprised to see them go on to the mediums at around 13, 14 and take them to the end. It's one of those tracks. Here we go. I'm going to cancel, Robot. Here we go. We got the lights.
That's 5 lights, and we are away. Now, I don't even have time to set up the streams properly, but we are away. It looks like Izak got a decent start. Stinson's already looking down the inside. A few guys swerving behind, but hopefully they can break before that 50-meter board and get it turned in. Now, it's looking pretty clean. We've got a Ferrari of Anders right at the back here, and everyone's through okay. Everyone took the advice, and it is clean. Avi and Anders are fighting at the back at the minute, but Izak is currently leading. He turns into turn 3, and it's nice and clean. What a start from Izak. Stinson not too far behind, and Atomic in P3 trailing 6/10 down the road. What a start.
I can't believe it, Robot. They all got through very, very clean. Leak is going to lose out on 2 spots here as the timing sheets are trying to catch up here.
AJ's out.
Simon!
There's a virtual safety car. AJ has come off,
yeah, we're gonna
I think, around the fast
here.
right-hander. I think he came off at turn 5. He spun, and he's lost the wheel. AJ is out of the race. Oh, no. That is not a good start from AJ. This is his first week back in a few, actually. He was practicing, he was training hard before the race, and he's not had a good lap 1, unfortunately, and he is out of there.
Very, very unlucky. I want to bring some attention to Simon here, Robot. I want to keep an eye on Simon today. He made some aggressive moves there at the start of the race. He's gotten by Lika, and he's right behind Liv. Simon looking very, very comfortable in the first opening of the race.
Oh, he's moved up 4 positions. You're right. That's a good spot. Izak's got a penalty, a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. He's not going to be happy with that. He's going to have to pit. He's going to come out in last place. I wonder. He's not coming this lap. He's going out for another lap.
He's in the lead.
Oh, that was a mistake.
In the lead?
I don't know. It's tragic when that happens, but he is going to have to pit. And we've got Simon and Lika battling right now. Simon trying to break the toe as they go into turn 1. Lika, the Mercedes driver, still behind. Let's just point out as well that Simon, last season in D2, we got carbon fiber flying, or are they? Oh, they're leaves. They're leaves. No carbon fiber. Simon actually qualified pole in D2 last season at Australia. So this is a really strong track for him, and hopefully with some luck today, he's going to be finishing right up there with these other drivers. It would be nice to see him back to his proper speed like we saw last season. But
he's
yeah,
looking super good. He's looking super good, Robot. No mistakes, no bad racing line. He's looking super good. He looks super comfortable as the guys are coming around. Here they come up to 9, and Lika's not got anything for him, and they're going to go around 10, and we got another VSC.
Yeah, I think it might be Stinson. What I'm going to do now is just quickly show you the telemetry of Stinson, just to see what kind of damage he's sporting on his car, because he is driving very, very slow right now. Let's switch to the vehicle view. There you go, 100% front right wing. He's lost it. He's coming in at 100%, so he has really significant damage there.
He's missing an end plate, maybe a winglet there, Robot. He's definitely missing the end plate. He's might be missing some winglets as well.
That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, it's currently registering at 100%. So even though the game shows that some of his wing's still there, it's 100% damage.
Simon, look at Simon with the move.
Ooh.
Super aggressive. He looks so comfortable going around there. Here comes everybody. Here comes the train. Stinson's got to get over if he wants to get into the pits, or he's going to have to slam into the brakes.
Oh, and his teammate VR nearly caused the ruckus there, trying to go around the outside of him as he was coming into the pit lane. So this is really important, because what we've got is Izak pitting for his virtual safety car speeding penalty, and now Stinson all the way down in the last place. This is the top 2 guys at the back of the field right now.
Now, look who's in the lead, Robot. Our championship leader in the season, Atomic, is now in P1. And look at the number 3 guy, Scotty, in P2.
Atomic is going to be loving this.
Yeah, they've got to be loving this. They love this.
Look at Simon in P4 as well. So great to see him there. Yes! Very nice. Australia never fails or ceases to amaze us there. Well done, guys. Now, we've got Stinson on some fresh... What is he on? He's on medium rubber. You can see there, he's got his tyre temps just under 90 degrees. He needs to put a little bit more heat into them, but he's currently running down in 12th place. We can also just quickly check the session as well to see what penalties these guys have. That's the last column on the right-hand side. Everyone's clear so far. No time-second penalties are being added.
That's Tommy. Tommy's off in 12, Robot.
Gonna jump to Tommy now.
Some overheated tires. He's gonna have to get out of the way. He's right in the middle of the track.
And he has moved just in time. What position is he in now? He's in 10th. Let's quickly switch to him.
He's now in 10th. That's his old teammate he's at from last season that just made the pass to go by him. But Tommy's gonna have to let these tires cool. Albert Park, not one of those tracks where you want to get right back onto the page. You've got to let the tires cool down.
Absolutely, and you can see he's not sharing his telemetry, unfortunately, so we can't see how much damage he has, but I reckon he's going to come straight into the pitch. Yes, he is, and he's locking up. He's going to have to switch to those mediums and do what Stinson did and just go the distance here and hope for a safety car a bit later on. But yeah, not a great start.
End plate missing. We're going to see a wing change here from Tommy Robot. And going on to, I want to say the mediums.
I think it's
And we've
currently
got a
showing
yellow
up
flag
black
in
to
sector
me.
1. Who is that?
Let's hope it's not Atomic. No, he's still leading. Everyone's still looking steady at turn 1. Sector 1, sorry. Everyone's fine. It must have just been a slight off from someone.
Tommy's on the softs.
He's gone onto the... Interesting, so he must be hoping for a safety car then. Oh no, Atomic spun! Oh, he's lost the wheel! Atomic is off! He's almost flipped his car! I caught that at the right time! That's a safety... A virtual safety car. Not even a safety car. Let's hope these guys... Right, these guys definitely have the yellow flag now. They definitely have it. I'll jump to the telemetry again to show you what it looks like. You can see there's a yellow outline around the track there. So they all know that there is a obstacle or something on the track and they do have to slow down. It's a VSC and these guys are going to be going slow. Oh my goodness. Atomic had it all. He had it all and he's lost it.
Yeah, coming out of 11 and 12, Robot, you come through there at just the wrong angle or just the wrong input and it's going to spin you around. It's the most dangerous chicane, I believe, on the calendar. It's the fastest chicane. You have to come through there at just the right angle, just the right input, and here we go. The guys are back at green, and Scotty is going to be your new P1.
7 seconds ahead. You know what else I've just realized? No matter what happens now, Atomic is going to lose his lead. He was only 4 points ahead, and look where Leaker is, look where VR is, look where Ezat is, look where Stinson is. They all are going to have enough points at the end of this race to beat him. He's gonna have lost the Drivers' Championship lead this race.
That's exactly right, Robot. Now Simon has pitted. Not sure what's happened there. He's going on to the hards. We're on lap 5.
He's going to the end. He must be.
He's going to go to the end, but if anything happens late in the race, don't be surprised to see him come in for another set of softs. Stinson's still in P10 and Tommy in P11. What a race. What a start to the race, Robot.
Yeah, and Super Bounty's just pointed out, Anders, P13 to P2 in 5 laps. He's moved up 11 places. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Where's Izat's currently running in 6th. He's got VR ahead of him. Let's just jump to Avi because Avi's putting pressure on Leaker right now. Avi is less than a second behind. 7/10 behind Leaker right now, actually.
And Avi's gained 8 places from the start.
Now, I'm quickly just going to jump to Leaker. Leaker's got no damage whatsoever. He's currently running a nice, clean and steady race, but he's getting challenged by a D3 driver currently. Avi, 7/10 behind.
Trying to keep it cool and calm here, Robot. They know it's the beginning of the race, some of these guys. Leaker taking a very conservative line, still trying to be fast, but not too slow. It's just one of those things. You got Scotty, Anders, Avi, VR, top 5.
Yeah.
Leaker is your only veteran. I mean, Anders and Scotty have come back from another season, so they're not rookies, but they've been there before.
Yeah.
Leaker, the only veteran in top 5.
I can't believe it. I really can't believe what I'm seeing here today. I didn't expect the race to go like this. Avi's still putting pressure on Leaker right now. He's only 8/10 behind as he's following through turn 8. If he can keep up, he'll get DRS and he might be able to close it down before the end of the lap. There's a huge lockup from Leaker there as he goes into turns 9 and 10. He's come out of it and he's dropped down a 10th again on Avi. That slipstream is helping Avi out a lot here. He's going to bring it to below 8/10 as he goes through turn 11 and 12. We got yellow in sector 1. Who is it? It's a Williams. Is that Simon?
That's gonna be Simon. Yeah, that's gonna be Simon.
He's come off. He's getting out the way, but he's going again. He's okay. He's okay. He's still pushing.
Yeah, not bad, Simon. Just hanging there. Still a possibility for points here. He's on the back of VR, pressuring VR very, very heavily for that P5 slot. 5/10 behind, 3/10 as VR gets a horrible exit out of 16, and here they come down the front straight.
Right, so let's ride on board with VR right now and see how his tyres are doing too, because he is sharing his telemetry. He's been passed by Ezat. He's almost let Ezat go there. He didn't put up a fire. Oh, and Ezat's gone deep! Oh no, Ezat's gone deep. Meanwhile, we've got VR's tyre wear, 29 and 23 on the front left to right, and 31.26 on the rears. He's not got long before these tyres start to fall off.
No, the guys have got another 3 laps before they start getting the flag to come in. Jeff is going to start getting these guys to try and come in, but it all depends on what they do. If we see somebody wanting to go on the mediums for the one stop, we're going to see him go to 13, 14. Yep. I would basically, if it was me, I would go until I could not drive the softs anymore. and then switch through the mediums.
Absolutely. And one thing I want to point out is I'm quickly just going to switch between ESATs and VRs. Look at the wear of ESAT now compared to the wear of VR now. ESAT has got a lot more worn tires.
Well, now ESAT has come in.
I think he just came in for his drive-through penalty though.
That's right.
And he's looking down the inside, and he's got him. ESAT's got him now. Wow.
Veteran move from ESAT there. Just, VR is coming into D1. He's got to be respectful. He wants to show that he's a clean driver. Get him back in the end. Don't push the fact and don't try to be a hero. It's the first 10 laps of the race. Let's wait and see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing I wanted to bring your attention to, which we both mentioned in quali, was that the track temp. Now, it's 1 degree higher. It was 28 in quali. It's now 29, and we can see that with the wear of their tires that they're about 1% extra every other lap here. So if we quickly switch to the times and have a look, VR started on 8. Oh, we got a safety car.
No,
Who is it? Who is it?
Simon's out. Full safety
car.
car.
No. Oh, we got a safety car. We've got a safety car. Damn. Simon's out. He was one of my favorites for a top 5 here, and we've lost him on lap 8
Where's he
of this
at
race.
there, Robot?
I can't
I
see where his
believe he's
car
at
is.
6-7.
Oh yeah, he's just gone. VR's just gone past it at 6 and 7. Yeah.
Oh
no.
no, it had to have been turn 5.
He's lost his rear right tyre. Of all the tyres that you lose, how is it the rear right that he lost? Now, everyone's going to be coming into the pits now as well. This is just an example of the tyre wear and fuel usage. We can see here VR's not using hardly any of his fuel, so he must be doing some management, but he's using a fair bit of ERS. He used 63% of his ERS just on the last lap, so he must have been defending with overtake against ESAT before ESAT overtook him. But we will go back to the race right now and see what the tyre strat is for some of these drivers. So Scotty's in. Scotty is in. He got a 5.5 second lead.
Pit stop here, Robot. The pit window was open. The pit window opened up right before Simon went off. It was an 8 to an 11 lap window, so I think we're going to see everybody come in.
I think so too. Lika, listen to this. He has a 3-second penalty. When was the last time you saw Lika get a 3-second penalty? It must have been a few seasons
Never.
ago. Exactly.
Never. Seasons ago.
Yeah, he's got a 3-second penalty. He's in 4th right now. Oh, he's dropped down to 5th. Is he serving his penalty? I'm not sure what's happened there, but Lika's down in 6th place. Oh, he's going to move up.
I'm sure that's what it was. Now, Liv didn't pit. He's going to come out right in front of Anders as they come through. Liv on 4-lap hards.
Oh, interesting.
And everybody else has switched to the hards a little bit early. Now, if the safety car would have come out around lap 11 or 12, I would say maybe we would see the guys come out on the mediums. But it's very, very sticky strategy when the safety car comes out on 8. You don't know how long it's going to be out. Everybody comes in. You have to go in and get tires, but I think it was a little too early for the mediums.
You're right. So let me just have a look. Is Lika on the hard tire? I can't quite tell. Let me just quickly check.
It says he's on the hards.
He's on the hards, right. So this is another example where we can talk about how these tires are applying heat, how these drivers, are applying heat to their drivers. So I'm going to quickly switch on Lika's telemetry and look at his tire temps right now. So his rear right is around 80 degrees. The fronts are around 87 to 90. This is where he's going to be swerving left and right as much as possible to generate heat. And just look at the rear right and rear left tire right now. Drop temperature. They're blue. They are below 80 degrees, and it is going to be so hard to bring these back up. And as he's swerving left and right, as you just saw, he's adding wear to the tires. He's just gone 1% on all 4 tires. This is where you have to pay so much attention to how the car feels, because they're going to be switching through their MFD right now, trying to get the tire temperatures optimal. But once they do that, they need to think, right, I need to keep it stable here, and I need to keep the wear down. And they're just trying to do so many things, so many different variables to make sure they're in a good position to restart, and it's difficult. It's very difficult.
It is, and with Albert Park, you have to go onto the hards. The hardest compound that the Pirellis they're currently putting out right now. So super hard to get tire temp in these tires, and if you're the first place guy, you have to know that you have an advantage to everyone else behind you. We're definitely going to see Scotty slow the pack down when the safety car comes in. But the only thing we do know about the F1 2020 game is that with pace, you can get temperature into these tires. Without pace, you're not going to get it unless you swerve the heck out of this car. You're just not going to get the temp out.
Exactly. he's up to 2% wear on nearly all 4 tyres, and his temps are around 90, so he's actually doing a fairly decent job. You can see that because he's not doing the left-right action too quickly. He's actually taking his time and leaning into it as much as he can, and you can also see that from his brake temps too. I think he's got a bit of a heavy foot on the brake right now as well to make sure that that leaning goes as well as possible. Now, someone's asked what that number is in the middle of the screen. That is the age of their tyres in terms of laps. So Leeka's done 1 lap on these tyres, so it's showing a 1 there. Track temp, is still at 29 degrees, so if it was a little bit higher, Leeka would have an easier job right now getting heat into those tyres. But let's quickly, could you just quickly tell me what tyre VR is on while I switch to him?
VR is also on the hards. Izat, the only top 10 runner that came in and went on the mediums. A little bit of a mind game there, Robot. He come in and he came out on the mediums. A little bit of a mind game. We'll have to see if there's a huge pace difference, and we're going to see that on the restart, as we should get the safety car in lap message as the guys come through sector 2, but you're going to see the pace difference right off the gate. You should see Izat gain 2 to 3 spots right off the start here, and we did get the notification. We do have the safety car coming in this lap as the guys are coming through.
Here we go. So I'll ride on board with Liv and see how well Scotty can escape. Just to give you guys a bit of info on Liv's tyre temps, he's currently at, he's cold. I'll quickly just show you this actually to see what difference this is going to make. Liv's, you can see blue all round. That means that his tyre temps are cooler than they need to be. He's managed to get that front left surface temp a bit high, but it's not enough. Now let's quickly just have a look at Scotty's on the other hand. His are cold as well. Scotty's peaking below 70 degrees right now, or around about 70. And Scotty's jumped him. Scotty's jumped away. He's caught Liv napping. And I think Scotty's going to break away here. Let's see if he can do it.
He's got to be careful here, Robot. With the cold tire temps, you have to be careful coming around this turn. As you do see Scotty get a little squirrely there, coming out of 16.
But he's got about 6/10 lead right now. We've got a green flag around the whole of the track. Everyone's made it through that final corner okay with their cold tyres. A lot of these drivers on the hards right now. Let's just quickly switch to that so we can see exactly what tyre they're on. Everyone's on the hards apart from Izat, the only one on mediums, like you said. Now, I think that's definitely a mind game. Is it a clever strat? Can you go 18 laps on the mediums? Probably not. But are we going to see another safety car? And is that what Izat trying to do? Is he trying to get track position before the next safety car?
Probably so. And we're going to see him. He's already made the pass on Avi. Avi did not put up a very difficult fight, but Izat is one of those veteran drivers. He made the move happen very, very quickly. And we're just seeing the time between Izat and Leeka drop dramatically. Leeka has a little bit of a lockup, so does Izat. Here they come through turn 10. And look at the pace that Izat's got with the medium tires. He's going to go around the inside as they come through 11.
He stole that racing line back from him just before turn 11 as well. And Izat's gone purple in the middle sector. That is how fast he's going right now. Those medium tires are optimal temp.
Yeah, it's the same as what you were saying in quality, Robot, as the soft and the mediums. Not a huge pace difference as far as time, but the tire wear, not a big difference in tire wear as well. But we're going to see him catch up. Here it is. The gap to Anders is 1.5. Let's see what he gains in this lap as it drops down just a little bit. But let's see what the gap is at the end of the next lap, and we'll see how much he's gaining on the hard tire compound.
Yeah. Izat is currently set his MFD to in-lap. Now, I'm not sure if that's just a bug in the game, because it does happen quite often, but none of these other drivers currently have an in-lap status. So, is something happened to Izat? Is he going to be pitting this lap, or is he just playing mind games with us? I don't know, but he's got no damage on his car whatsoever. He's got about 8% worn mediums. He's in a good position right now. He's in a very, very good position right now.
Anders making a move on Liv there, Robot. I think we just missed it as they were coming through 6 and 7. Anders making a move, not looking bad at all in the Ferrari, the Scuderia, on the hard tire compounds, 3 laps in. Scotty, 1.9 seconds away. The gap is just building, and Izat, look at the gap, Robot. It's already down to 3/10.
It's those mediums. They are in their optimal temp right now. Izat did quite a lot to get them to where they needed to be, and you can see that now. The hards just aren't switching on at all. I'm really so. We got a big lockup from Liv there going into turn 13. And he's touched the grass again. Those hard tires are not the race tire right now, not at all. Everyone on them is making slight mistakes.
D2. If you're a D2 driver, take all of this take all of this and absorb it because it's going to help a lot. Izat might not be hoping for a safety car later. He might just be hoping that he catches P1, builds enough of a gap, and then has that gap as he picks up a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help his cause at all.
Not at all.
But build the gap to come in and pit for a set of softs at the end of the race. And if he's behind, he's going to catch up. But if he comes out in front and he's got the gap, it's all for him.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be his to lose if he can get past Liv as quick as possible. Because let's not forget, he's looking at a podium as soon as he passes Liv. But him, the Mercedes behind him with Lika and Stinson, all of them have 3 seconds worth of time penalties to be added to their final race time. The 3 drivers ahead of him, 0 penalties. So it's kind of hard to say where things are going to end today. This early on,
yeah,
I mean,
it's going to be hard. I think we're still going to see the top 3 gain some time penalties, though, Robot. It's just a matter of time. It's Albert Park. Yeah, the guys are. I mean, it's a corner cutting track where the guys have got to corner cut to have the fastest time. And here goes Izat as he goes around.
he's got him.
And he's got him.
That was so easy for him as well. Like, he didn't even lock up. He didn't look like he broke any later. It just looked like he had more grip, and he's just overtaking
It's just the grip.
And he's going to pull away.
It's just the grip. And the gap. Now, the gap right now is 12:36 to Anders, and it is falling very, very quickly. He's going to be under a second as they go into the second DRS zone here.
I don't know how Izat's managing to pop in these lap times, but he's doing a decent time. And I mean, I wouldn't have expected the mediums to be a second quicker after a safety car restart. Maybe half a second, maybe just a 6 tenths, 7 tenths, maybe. But he's currently doing over a second a lap on these drivers. Now
he is, and just to give you an idea, Robot, he's doing 124s, 124.8, his third lap on the mediums, and then his last lap was a 125 flat where he picked up the penalty. But he's going to be staying on those 124 times, maybe low 124s or high 124s, but it's going to be that in the mediums.
Yeah, it is. Now, I'm just looking at the times. We've got a bit of a battle going on between Santu and VR right now. Let's just quickly jump to Santu. Vilsec's just joined the stream and said he overslept. Interesting, Vilsec. You've left your Mercedes teammate to fend for himself, but no worries. See you next week, hopefully. I'm quickly just going to jump to VR, actually, just to look at his telemetry, just to see how he's getting on his tyres. You should be able to see them on the right-hand side round about now. He's looking at around 12% on the front, 12 and 10 on the front, 11 and 10 on the rear, and he's got his tyre temps exactly where they need to be. They're nice and green, lighting up on the left-hand side as he's going through that right-hander because the weight is shifting to the outside of the car, and he's now got Santu, let's see, less than 3 tenths behind him. We're about to see an overtake. He does have DRS on Avi in front of him, but Santu's got DRS in him as well. So Santu's going to have a huge tow as they're going up to turn 1. No overtakes as of yet, though. It still looks like VR is managing to do his bit to keep Santu behind. He's going to get DRS again as they go through turn 2. Can he make a move on him? Let's have a look. We're going to ride on board with him now. His tyre temps are optimal. He can do this if he can outbrake him slightly as they go into turn 3. Can he go around the outside? No, he cannot. Avi is leaving him as much space as he needs, but now VR's looking down the inside. Is he going to get him? No, he's not. Oh, yes, he is. Avi's gone wide, and he's also picked up a 3-second time penalty. So that means VR has moved up into 7th place on his 6-lap-old hard tyres. Good job, VR, there.
It's not over, Robot. Santi's still pushing the fact with VR there. One thing we did miss Stinson passing Lika there on the previous lap as they were going around, I believe it was 12. Stinson made the move to go on there, but Santi is not done. He's hunting down VR.
Yeah, so Santu got past Avi as well, like you said, and now what's the gap between Santi and Avi? It's like, oh no, VR's got a little bit wide there. That's going to compromise him. Let's see how Santu's getting on. Santu's about to pounce on him. Let's quickly see how his tyres are doing as well. Santu's got much worn tyres than VR, and Santu's got him. Santu has got him. He squeezes VR wide a little bit there, but I think that's fair. Santu takes a little bit too much inside as they go through turn 14, and Santu's got him. VR's down in 8th place now, and now he's going to be battling Avi, who we know is pretty quick round here.
Yeah, Avi's there, and Tommy is also there. Look at the gap in the interval times. Let's go to P1 here, Robot. Scotty in P1. Anders, 5 tenths behind. Izat, 3 tenths behind him. And we've got a 3-place battle for P1.
This is it. This is where it's all going to come alive. Let's not forget, Izat's only got about 5 laps left of his tyres before they start to slow down. The hards have got about 10. until they start to slow down. So Izat needs to do whatever he wants to do now. He's going to run out of options if he leaves this any later. Anders makes a huge dive bomb. Scotty with the switchback. Izat now looking to go around the outside as they go through the end of Sector 2. What's it going to look like as they go through the chicane at 11 and 12? Who's going to make a move? No one. They're still firmly behind, but any mistake here is likely. No, it's not. They've all made it through, and the DRSs are wide open as well. Izat needs to get past these guys. Oh, Anders is looking to switch, but he's not. He's not. This is all kicking off.
Robot. What a battle! It's all, you're right. It's all kicking off. Anders trying to hold Izat back, but at the same time he's trying to pass Scotty. Scotty is trying to stay away, but he can't. They both got DRS on him. So Scotty, in fact, is blocking 2 cars. He's trying to defend against 2 cars right now.
Yeah, it's very tricky for Scotty. He's doing everything right though. I mean, he's switched back when he needs to. He's making sure he's using his overtake when he needs to too. Izat, on the other hand, I just want to quickly point out, if you look at the comparison between Izat's tyres, which are around 25% average worn, compare that to the guys ahead. Oh, we can't because they're not sharing their telemetry. Never mind. But anyway, I reckon Izat's tyres are going to be far more worn than the guys ahead. And you can see that already. Izat's starting to get understeer. He's dropped back. He's dropped back nearly a second now.
He is. I think Anders is a little too loose for Izat's comfort. He wants to wait. He knows pushing the fact is only going to make it worse. It's only going to bring the risk factor up, and he doesn't want to get involved in that. He knows he's faster. He's got to see if he can turn these mediums on when they drop off. If you can't, then he's just going to have to hold it until he can pit again. But are the hards going to make it to the end, Robot?
It's hard to say. They can make it to the end, sure. They're not going to pop or anything like that. But are they going to be better than Izat's fresh softs? I doubt it. I doubt it a lot. These guys are locking up in almost every other corner as well. We need to keep an eye on that because that's going to increase their wear. The track temp is still hovering around 29 degrees, so that's going to help them out a little bit. But I think if there's another safety car, Izat's going to be in a great position because he's the fastest driver around here. We know that from his pole position quali time. He's already served the drive-through and he's already back up to 3rd. Another safety car is going to help out Izat. As Anders looking to go around the outside as they get into turn 3. He's got the move done. Izat's trying to make a peak as well. Oh, there's a bit of contact between the 2 top runners at the moment. Anders just slightly getting squeezed as they go through turn 4, but it's looking safe. It's looking safe. Izat's now going to want to make a move on Scotty too. This is a great battle for P1 right now. This is amazing.
Now, what is Scotty, Robot? Scotty is Mr. Consistent. Oh. How has he gotten up to the points and into the position he has? It's been consistency. Mr. Consistency.
We've got Leaker off. VSC. Leaker's off. VSC.
Oh no.
Is that? Where is that? I can't quite tell where VR. Oh, it's right. There he is. He's come off after turn 6.
Oh no.
He's lost it. Now, yeah, he's down. He's out. He's down and out. That is unfortunate. That's no Mercedes finishing the race today.
Now this is all for Izat here. As the guys go into a VSC, they have to slow down, stay under the delta. It's going to be very, very easy for Izat to hold temp in his tires, and Anders and Scotty, not so much.
VSC in, DRS enabled. Is Izat coming in? No, he's staying out, and he is right behind Scotty right now. Scotty's got DRS as well. Izat's not going to be able to make a move here. He could do it into turn 3, provided he can get that inside line early enough. Oh no. There were 13, there are now only 9. This is tragic. This is absolutely tragic.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the strategy is going to be later on in the race, Robot. We're 10 laps out. 10 laps from the end. Can Izat do it? Can the hard tire runners keep pace? We're going to find out. We're 10 laps away.
We are. So I just want to bring up what you were saying before I rudely interrupted you when Leaker crashed out. Scotty, yeah, he's Mr. Consistent. He won a race last week. He's not got any damage. He's not got any penalties. The guy in front of him has 3-second penalties. The guy behind him has 3-second penalties. The Racing Point in 5th place right now has 6 seconds worth of penalties. Scotty's doing everything he needs to win this race again. He's just playing it consistent, he's playing it safe, and he's making... Oh no! Anders is off! He's hit the wall! Anders is out! Anders is out of the race! Oh my god.
And here comes Izat! Izat's gonna take full... Oh my gosh, I can't even speak right now, Robot. He's not taking full responsibility. I mean, he's just trying to take advantage of what happened and made the move.
Yes, but did Izak just overtake under a yellow flag?
I did not see the yellow.
I think he might have. I think he might have got him under the yellow flag. Now, I reckon Scotty will submit a report for that because it's a potential race win that he's lost there. Oh, this is going to turn out to be an interesting end to the race, but that's 5 drivers out right now. We've only got 8 left. Australia is full of action, but it's also full of woes. What is going on?
It is. It's those left-rights, Robot.
Like
Left-rights or the right-lefts. That's what it is. The guys have got to be on it. You get the car off. The guys are running such a low setup here. If you ride that chicane a little too hard, it's going to lift your car up. You're going to go sideways. And all Scotty has to do is stay within 3 seconds for the next 9 laps, and he's got the win in the bag.
Yeah, he has. He really has. Everyone in the chat right now has put up an F for Anders. He definitely deserved to win. I agree with you there, Tim. Felipe saying this is so unfortunate, total chaos. Yeah, like we said, Australia is a race where it's easy to follow, it's hard to overtake, and one mistake on these left-rights, you're gone. So we've seen it in Atomic.
And Anders was actually returning this week, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's gone off to university. He's doing his studies. He had some free time this week, I believe, so he wanted to fill in. It's not a bad race from him though. He managed to get 2/3 of the way, and it can happen to any of us, you know. It happens to the best of us. I'm sure we've both been in that position many times, and it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
It is. We're gonna have to see how long Izak can hold the mediums here, Robot. I'm sure as the viewers are watching, they're all thinking the same thing. How long can Izak go with these mediums? He's got 12 laps on right now. Scotty has got 12 laps on the hards, but is Scotty going to be able to keep the same pace on the hards as Izak with the mediums?
Well, let's have a look at Izak's tyres. Currently, he's got 41% wear on the lefts and 33 and 36 front to back on the rights. Izak is in trouble. This is it. We said lap 20 they're going to start to fall off. He's losing time already, and he's going to be on 50% wear in 2 laps time. He's
not good.
He can't go to the end. And look, if you think about it, 20 seconds behind is P8. So if he pits, he's coming out in last place. So if he wants to pit, it needs to be now. But I think he's going to try and go the distance.
I think you're right. I mean, I can't see him coming in. If he comes in, the guys are so close together, he's going to lose everything.
Yeah.
He has to make these things go.
He does. Let me just quickly check on his car. He's got no damage on his car whatsoever. He could do it. Izak could take these an extra 8 laps, but he just needs to be careful. But Izak needs to try and clear 3 seconds on Scotty, remember? And if he tries to do that...
that's the other thing. Yeah, now if you were Scotty, what do you do here? Do you fight and put where there's a... We got a sector 3
is that
flag here. Who is that? They're right in the middle of the track, I believe.
It's Santu. Santu spun, and he's just got it back on track. He didn't cause a blockage or anything, so he's okay. But I didn't see what happened to him there.
Good on him. No, I didn't either. But as I was saying, Robot, if you're Scotty, what do you do? Do you risk trying to keep up now and putting more wear on the tires, or do you wait? Do you wait and then try to make up the time on the latter part of the race at the end? What do you do?
I don't know. Scotty needs to keep that gap at most 1.5 seconds, just in case Scotty makes an improbable mistake of getting a penalty. Then he can push and try and catch Izak up. But right now, he doesn't really need to do anything. I mean, he's got 3.7 seconds on Stinson behind him. Stinson's got 6-second penalty, so he's covered by 9 seconds. Izak's got 3-second penalty, so it's currently Scotty's got him by 1.5 seconds. Scotty just needs to do what he's doing now. He needs to not do anything wrong and stay within 1.5 seconds. That's all. That's all.
Now, just to inform the viewers, Robot, and you, Izak is sitting on 2 warnings after the previous penalty. It's only going to take one more corner.
Oh, Scotty's got a penalty!
Pick up another one.
Scotty's got 3 seconds!
Oh, no!
Oh, we jinxed him. We definitely jinxed him there. That means it's Izak's race currently. It's Izak's race to lose. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Scotty. Oh, no. Lex is asking what happened to the drivers.
Curse at the worst.
I know. Oh, I can't believe we just did that too. There's a big battle going on for, let's see, 5th place right now. Ooh, as Santi hits the back of Tommy, and he might have picked up damage there. Oh no. Let's have a look if Santi does have damage. He doesn't have any wing damage currently, so he's okay for now. He managed to escape that without penalty. Good job, Santi.
Doesn't look like it. VR looks like he's going to come in with a top 5. I mean, anywhere he finishes right now as they stand, top game for VR there, coming in and switching to D1 full time. But yeah, Ezat needs to be careful. I am watching Ezat Robot, and he's getting very, very close to some of these track limits. He's got to be very, very careful to not pick up another penalty. If he does, it's going to be over.
Oh no, what's happened there? I'm just riding on board with Santu, and he's almost lifted to not overtake Tommy. I'm really not sure what happened there. Did Tommy brake or something, or brake check him? I don't know. Something weird just happened between Santi and Tommy, where Santi went into the back of Tommy on the straight.
Now, they didn't lose tons to VR, but they are 9/10 off, so I think you're right, Robot. Something may have happened there.
They're not teammates either, are they? So I can't figure out what just happened. No team orders, nothing like that. Santu's about to make a move on Tommy, actually. Right, he's got his DRS open now. Tommy's gone to the inside. Santu's overtaken round the outside. He's got 40% wear, 43% on his left tyres. He's up to 6th place. And there's a bit of contact between them again. Oh, that was a bit cheeky from Santi.
No, that's, yeah, a little cheeky, but again, on the other hand, not a good place for Tommy to come out on the outside right there. You got to have that outside line. And once you've got the line, Santi thinks he's got it going into the outside, so if it came at the very last minute of him wanting to go to that side, it could have just been last minute.
Now, I'm not sure if Tommy's got wing damage because he's got his telemetry turned off. Let me just quickly have a look at the front of his car. Doesn't look like it, but he's going over every corner. He's getting so much understeer, and he's not really fighting with his wheel to keep his car straight. He's just letting it drift. Is he got tyre issues or something? I can't figure it out.
It might be tire issues, Robot. He's got 1 lap older tires than everyone else.
Interesting. And Santu is less than 6/10 behind VR right now as well.
He's going to have to catch him if he wants to make a move, Robot.
He's right behind right now. He's gone a little bit too wide at the final corner, which has given VR a bit of an advantage down the main straight. We are on lap 25. We've got 5 to go, including this one. I reckon Santi can get it done. Now, let me just quickly check the penalties again. Santu's currently running in 6th. Santu, 6 seconds worth of penalties. Now, the racing point of VR, no penalties. So even if Santu does get ahead, yeah, I've watched it, but VR's currently still provisional P5. Now, another thing, Stinson in P3 currently has 12 seconds worth of penalty. So Santu could actually jump Stinson by the end of this race if Santu... Oh no, Santu has 6 seconds. Sorry,
no,
VR
he's
could
about
do it.
6. Yeah, he's about. They're about 16 seconds behind Stinson right now as it stands. Yep. So they might not jump him, but Stinson can't stand to lose anything else. Now he's definitely going to lose his P3 slot to Liv, as I believe Liv does not have as many penalties as him. And right now I'm looking at Scotty, because Scotty is actually making up more time. Santu picks up another 3 seconds.
Oh, VR's got one now as well.
VR picks up a 3.
Oh, no, that's not good. Now, I'm going to quickly just bring up the penalties on the right-hand side for you guys so you can see. The only driver currently not to have a penalty is the McLaren of Liv. The McLaren already has P3 in the bag because of Stinson's 12 seconds penalties. And the 2 guys ahead of Stinson as well also have 3 seconds worth of penalties. So it could be the case that Liv actually finishes P2 here today if he can stay close enough behind. He's got about 3 seconds to make up if he wants that though, but right now he's the only driver without a penalty.
Do you think Ezat knows that he's 1 corner cut away from losing the race?
I don't know. Probably. He's not one to not know what's going on, and I think that's why he's trying to push. But do you want to have a look at his tyres to see how he's getting on? Let's have a look.
Let's have a look, Robot.
Okay, you ready for that? Okay, guess.
They're on lap 17 now.
How much do you think his left tyres have got?
I want to say 50%.
His left's 60%, both front and back. His right's front 49, rear 53. He is in trouble. 17 lap old mediums. He's got 4 laps to go, including 3 1/3 laps to go. It's going to be hard for him to extend his gap to 3 seconds.
It is. Now let's look at Scotty. Robot Scotty and Stinson are about to go at it. Stinson 3/10 behind. Scotty's got to clear Stinson here. He can't afford to be battling with him. He's got to keep the gap to Ezat just in case Ezat does make another corner cut. He's got to stay away from Stinson here. He can't afford to be messing with Stinson at the end of the race with 2 laps to go.
He can't. I'm going to quickly switch to Stinson's telemetry and see how his tyres are getting on. Not that much better. Now, Stinson's got 52% on the rear left and 49% on the front left. He's not looking good either. Oh my god.
You've got to think Scotty's got to be around about the same tire, whereas Stinson here he's been running the same pace. Now, the gap between P1 and P2, you guys, it's coming down. It's now 1.8. Scotty is catching Ezat. Ezat's tires are now done. Now, he's got 3 laps to do it. Let's see if he can get it done. Or 2 laps, I'm sorry. 2 laps to do it. Let's see if he can get it done as the gap is just dramatically dropping off.
Yeah, it's 1.3 now. You're right. You lost a second. This is where it's all going to come down to. Last 3 laps of the race. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Now, if you're Stinson, Robot, just for the viewer's sake, if you're Stinson, you've got 12 seconds of time penalties. Do you get involved in this? Do you try to make this pass?
It's hard to say. We don't really know. So, Stinson's penalties, it looks like they're probably all coming from like time second penalties for corner cutting. But on the off chance that he has 5 or 10 seconds worth of penalties that might be removed due to people hitting him under the safety car or something like that, this still could be a P3 for him. We're not entirely sure where he got his penalties. So, I don't know. I think Stinson, he's currently 3/10 behind. He's making a move down the inside. Oh, he managed to slow it down in time to make sure he didn't disrupt Scotty too much. But, I don't know why Stinson is pushing so hard unless his penalties are going to be removed. He goes really wide at turn 5 there. He needs to be cleaner or he's going to lose it and it's going to have another DNF. I can't tell you what's going to happen. There's 2 laps left. I don't know.
No, and the only other thing I want to see is Ezat is not really taking it easy on the mediums. I don't know how he's doing it. Now, we know Ezat's driving on the pad. He's not on the wheel. I don't know how he's doing it. I don't know how he's keeping it as far away as he is with 19-lap-old mediums. They're going to be 20 laps old when he crosses the line for the last lap of the race.
Yeah,
and here comes Stinson. Stinson's going to make the move. Oh, no, he almost touches.
Ooh, Scotty almost understeered into the back of Stinson there, and Stinson's got away.
Lose tons of time.
Now, on the last lap, Ezat's front left 69, rear left 69, rear right 60, and front right 55. Ezat could get a puncture on the last lap here. He actually could. Let's stick with him and see how he gets on.
Yeah, the gap is now 1.4, and then Stinson's got 1.2 on Scotty. Liv is about 3.2 away. He's not going to jump Scotty. He's going to get that P3 from Stinson. But I think if Ezat can make this thing miraculously not pop tires until the end, I think he's got a solid P1.
I think so. Ezat's both lefts are now at 70% wear. He's on a straight. He's lighting up his rears to 100 degrees. This is not looking good for him. He's short shifting to avoid spin. He's lifting almost every fast corner right now. He is doing so much management, and you can see that Stinson 9/10 behind. Ezat is in trouble. But
he's gonna have DRS here as they come down the last DRS straight.
Stinson wants to do this on track. You can tell he wants to beat him on track. Even though he's got penalties, Stinson still wants at least a win temporarily anyway.
Now, what are they going to do at the end here, Robot? Here they come down in the 15-16.
He's at 72% worn tyres.
Oh, he gets super close! He's at the round! He just pushed him off!
And Stinson's going to let him pass. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! What has Stinson done?
What in the world? The Great Disturber, Robot! What has just happened?
That's a penalty. That must be a penalty. Now, Liv's finished in P1. Liv has got the win because of the penalties. Ezat's in P3. Scotty in P2. Santu's going to cross the line in 5th currently. What has happened? Oh my gosh. VR's going to finish in P6, but let's see if he jumps Santu because of the penalties. No, he doesn't. That's P6 for VR, P7 for Tommy, and finally, Avi's got a long way to go, actually. He's only just coming up to 11 and 12 now. That's an interesting end to this race.
Loss of words, Robot. I knew Stinson was going to try something. Izat had to get on the brakes super early. Stinson did not see it coming. Wow. Just wow.
That's going to be an interesting one.
It's costing the race.
It has. It's actually costing the race. He would have won. And instead, Liv has taken the victory. What an end to the race. Felipe saying the Great Disturber has done it again. Yes, he has. Well, guys, that's the end of the race. 13 started, 8 finished, 5 DNFs from some unexpected ones as well. Anders, Atomic, Leaker, just to name 3 of them, didn't even finish. Fifi saying the Disturbers have disturbed again. It's going to be interesting because Stinson's the head steward for Formula 1. So I wonder when that report's going to come through, what he's going to vote on it. But anyway, Liv, the silent stalker, has won the race again.
I didn't see it, Robot. I saw Liv slowly picking up on the pace and closing that gap, but I didn't think it was enough because at the time, Stinson and Scotty were 1.2 away from each other, so I thought Liv was way out of being able to do anything. And Izat going around the second to last turn, Robot. I suspect a lot of drama is about to happen and about to kick off.
So much. Just want to quickly give a big shout out to VR. First race in D1 officially, finishes P6. Well done. Scotty, another consistent drive from you, taking advantage of the mistakes from others. Well done, P2. Only one not to get a penalty who finished is Liv. Again, really don't know what to say about Liv. He must be going for the MVP award at the end of this season. But that's the race over, guys. We've got D2 starting in 45 minutes time, where I think Lika and Nick Figgy are going to be commentating there. So hopefully you guys can tune into that and hopefully watch a great race again. There's going to be 18 drivers in D2. Yeah. Also want to give a shout out to Avi too, a D3 driver reserving in D1. Managed to keep himself out of trouble and finish in 8th place. Really solid finish and great points for the team. So unless there's anything else, Havoc, shall we go?
I think so. Just no more drama added. Let's just yeah, I agree.
Okay then. In that case.